EA Sports. It's in the game.
Hello and welcome to this 4-day exhibition match. I'm Mark Nicholas and I'll be here to guide you through the action of each day's play.
This is a damp pitch, almost too damp. You sense that the ball will hold up a bit off it. I don't expect much pace and it might be quite difficult to play strokes. Having said that, it's a beautiful day for batting, so on the toss, bat first.
Well, this is the original 50-50 choice. The overhead conditions tell you to bat first. That's what he's done. It's a lovely, clear, sunny day. Down below you, well, this is a very damp surface, amazingly damp. It's almost as if water's got under the covers. I expected to zip around off the seam early on. Survive the new ball, though, you could get plenty. It's Andrew Strauss on strike.
Batsman will have to be more careful now, having got away with that. Turned that into two. That's good running. There's some overthrows here.
They cannot afford to give runs away like that. That's not a very good throw.
Strauss facing. Hit straight to a fielder. Fielder's appeal, but he was quite comfortably home.
Out in the middle now is Marcus Trescothick.
Stopped in the covers. I think he was easily back in the crease there. He's worked that into the gap. Stopped in the covers. Direct hit would have got him. Strauss moves into double figures with those runs. Played into the gap. It looked as if he was home to me. That was good running by the batsman.
He'll be looking long and hard at his captain after that. If only they'd had a fielder in there.
Should be some runs here. There's just one there. Steered expertly into the gap. That was a very anxious moment for the batsman there. Trescothick waiting at the striker's end. That's found the gap in the field. A hopeful shout, and the batsman was easily in, and the end of the over. Just one run. Pushed into the gap. Hit straight to a fielder. He's not a good judge of a run, is he? That's 2 more runs on the board. Strauss has now moved into the 20s. Flicked off his legs. Fielder's appeal, but he was quite comfortably home. It was a good piece of running.
Oh yeah, good running. You see, running like that leads to misfields because the fielders are under such pressure.
Comfortably taken, no worries.
The fielder did very well there. He made it look easy, but actually it was a whole lot more difficult than it looked.
Lee gets his first wicket.
Well, it was a promising start, but you sort of felt the team needed more.
This was how the innings ended for Strauss.
Michael Vaughan's at the wicket.
Done him all enter.
But he can't be straight balls, not at this level. That is as comprehensive an end as you'll see.
That's a duck for Vaughan.
Well, he hasn't troubled the scorers with that knock.
Played into the gap. They've turned that into 2. That's good running. Truskothic waiting at the striker's end. Pushed through the covers. I think he was easily back in the crease there. It was good positive running by the batsman.
Oh, they're quick. Consistent running of that quality puts such pressure on the fielders out there.
Oh, that must have been close. They turned that into 2. That's good running. A hopeful shout, and the batsman was easily in. Fielder's appeal, but he was quite comfortably home. The sweeper picks up.
That's good running, and it puts such pressure on the fielders. That was a good bit of bowling. He surprised the batsman completely with that Yorker.
Truskothic facing. A hopeful shout, and the batsman was easily in. Truskothic has moved into the 20s and is starting to look far more relaxed. I think he was easily back in the crease there. They've turned that into 2. That's good running. into the gap. Just one run. Fielder's appeal, but he was quite comfortably home. A hopeful shout, and the batsman was easily in. That was good running between the wickets.
It's a bit of a cliche, but it does hold true. Good running between the wickets will help you win matches.
Play it away with comfort. I think he was easily back in the crease there. That's excellent running between the wickets. He runs here. Looked as if he was home to me. Bell moves into double figures with those runs.
That's good running. More good running by this pair. It puts the fielders under such pressure. Yeah, great Yorker. And great batting to keep it out.
Stroked through the covers. Stopped in the covers. Hopeful shout, and the batsman was easily in. That was a no ball by Clark. Stopped in the covers. There's the umpire signal, no ball. Just one run. Well, that's found the gap in the field. Fielder's appeal, but he was quite comfortably home. That's 2 more runs on the board. Well held.
Brilliantly taken by the fielder. Brilliant. He's backed up the bowler at a time when it was most needed.
Clark gets his first wicket.
Well, he didn't have any problems when he was out there. It must be such a frustration to have got out now.
This was how the wicket fell.
Here's Kevin Peterson.
turned that into 2. That's good running. Tucked off his legs. A hopeful shout, and the batsman was easily in. Excellent running from the 2 batsmen.
Yes, now that's a good example of how the best teams around put particular importance on their running between the wickets. It squeezes every last run out of an innings and is so important when the thing gets down to the wire.
Hit straight to a fielder. That was good running by the batsman. Got some overthrows here.
Oh, that's a long walk back when you fail.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Looked as if he was home to me. Fine running by those 2 batsmen.
Oh yeah, good running. You see, running like that leads to misfields because the fielders are under such pressure.
Stopped in the covers. That must be close. That was very close to the stumps. Hit straight to a fielder. Oh, well taken.
Oh, the batsman will be kicking himself. It was such a good shot. He looked in good touch, and it's an unbelievable bit of fielding.
Clark gets his 2nd wicket. I'm not sure if he'll be able to continue. He looks to be in some pain. This was how the innings ended for Bell.
It's Freddie Flintoff on strike.
That's 2 more runs on the board. That really is a suicidal run out.
Well, they got themselves in a right pickle out there, and look at the price they've paid. seem like a mile back to that pavilion after getting out so cheaply.
Let's see the action replay of that. Flintoff waiting at the striker's end. Hit straight to a fielder. Just one run. That was a no ball by McGrath. There's the umpire signal, no ball. Hopeful shout, and the batsman was easily in. That was good positive running by the batsman.
That's good running, and it puts such pressure on the fielders.
I think he was easily back in the crease there. Just one run. Stopped in the covers. It never looked like being a run there.
Oh, that's just a waste. What a terrible waste of a wicket. Desperately bad communication by the batsman out there. Now that the tail is exposed, they need to make sure that they keep it tight out there and not give anything more away.
This was the end of the innings for there's just one there. Hit straight to a fielder. Fielder's appeal, but he was quite comfortably home. Stopped in the covers. Hit straight to a fielder. It looked as if he was home to me. It was a good piece of running.
Oh, they're quick. Consistent running of that quality puts such pressure on the fielders out there.
Stopped in the covers. Fielder's appeal, but he was quite comfortably home. There's just one there. Hopeful shout. The batsman was easily in. That takes him into double figures. Stopped in the covers. It's edged and out. That was a big deflection, no doubt about it.
Now, he made that catch look easy, but it's far from it.
Clark gets his second wicket. This was how the wicket fell. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to carry on after that blow. Facing. What a marvellous delivery. And the end of the over. Clark to begin a new over. Giles waiting at the striker's end. Oh, and he's bowled him.
Yeah, he seemed to completely misjudge that ball and ended up just playing all around it.
Clark gets his third wicket.
Well, you can see why he bats down there.
Parmesan is the next man in. I think he'll be okay. It'll sting a bit though. That was a no ball by Bracken. There's the umpire signal, no ball. Turn down to fine leg. That's 2 more runs on the board. That's a big appeal. A very good over. Only 2 off it in the end. Got him. Yes, he's out. Great catch. He got his hands in the right place, and somehow it stuck.
Hello there, welcome back. What a contest we've got here today. In the commentary box for you is Richie Bennett.
Thanks, Mark. Welcome back to the cricket ground for this next session of play.
Here's the Australian opener, Justin Langer.
Langer waiting at the striker's end. Comfortably held by Childs.
He got into a great position to take that catch.
Thomason gets his first wicket. He's gone for a duck.
The scorers haven't had to do much with that innings.
Ricky Ponting takes strike.
Hit straight to a fielder. Ponting waiting at the striker's end. And the end of the over.
That's a good, tight over. Make the batsman work hard for his runs, and you never know what will come of it. Here's Matthew Hayden. There'll be bruises to show after this encounter, plenty of them.
No need for him to play at those. That's been given as a wide. Big shout for that one. We can have a look at that again. Oh, that could be a very painful blow. There's just one there. Oh, that's close. Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Vaughan has changed his field slightly. He's worked that into the gap. Jamison continues. He's got it into the gap. Easy catch.
Very safely done. He's got soft hands, his eyes were level, crucially held onto as well. Oh, that's a long walk back when you fail.
This was how the innings ended for Hayden. A very good over. Only 2 off it in the end. Vaughan has made a change to the field. Should be some runs here. That's found the gap in the field. Looked as if he was home to me. Panasar is going to try over the wicket. We're about to see a change in the bowling. England have made an adjustment to their field. Giles is going to try over the wicket. Hit straight to a fielder. Vaughan has made a slight change to the field. Confident appeal. Let's see the action replay of that. Martin waiting at the striker's end. It's straight to a fielder. Giles is going to try over the wicket. Giles is going to try over the wicket. Umpire is signalling byes. Ouch, that must have hurt. Panasar continues.
Oh, that could prove costly later in the game.
Umpire is signalling byes. Umpire is signalling byes. Umpire is signalling byes. That struck him in front. Loud appeal. Gone.
Tough decision, but the umpire looked utterly certain.
Panasar gets his first wicket.
He's not happy with that. I don't know what the complaint is, but it does not look happy.
This was how the wicket fell.
And it's Michael Hussey on strike.
Panasar is going to try over the wicket. was a no ball by Panasa.
He looks as if he might be hurt.
There's the umpire signal, no ball. Hit straight to a fielder.
That's the lunch break. It's been a memorable morning. Don't go away. We'll be back with you in just a short while. If you were with us this morning, you'll know that we had some fantastic cricket to enjoy. Well, we do expect more of the same this afternoon, so stick with us. In the commentary box is Richie Bannon.
Out.
You know, he seemed to completely misjudge that ball and ended up just playing all around it.
Giles gets his first wicket.
Facing is Adam Gilchrist.
Umpire is signalling byes. That's out.
I'm not sure what he was thinking about. Leaving alone a straight ball was a dangerous game.
Giles gets his second wicket.
It's been a world-class piece of bowling out there today.
Aussie is out for a duck.
He's back in the pavilion, and there's a big round 0 alongside his name. Shane Warne is facing.
Oh, and he's bowled him.
Well bowled, very well bowled, straight and full when it mattered.
That's the third wicket now for Giles.
What a wonderful exhibition of spin bowling. It is a joy to watch a master at his art.
That's a duck for Warne.
The first baller, all the way for that one ball. Taking guard is Bretley.
Stopped in the covers. Umpire is signalling byes. Hit straight to a fielder. Panasar is switching to round the wicket. Hit straight to a fielder. Brilliantly caught.
Now have a look at this again. That is a good example of how to take a catch.
Panasar gets his second wicket.
Another wicket, and well deserved too. It's been a beautiful display of spin bowling, this.
He's gone for a duck.
Well, he hasn't troubled the scorers with that knock.
This was how the innings ended for Lee. Bracken is the new batsman. Panasar is going to try over the wicket. And the end of the over.
He really kept it tight. It was a fine over.
Turned that into two. That's good running. Giles is going to try over the wicket. Gilchrist facing. Ouch, that must have hurt. That looked really nasty. I'll be surprised if we see him again in this innings. Ooh, that looked quite nasty.
There'll be bruises to show after this encounter, plenty of them.
Giles is switching to round the wicket. Just shoulders arms to that one. Wide ball signalled by the umpire. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to carry on after that blow. Gilchrist facing. That's a big appeal. Let's see the action replay of that. Done him all ends up.
He played all around that, and it was a comprehensive end.
Commissar gets his second wicket.
Top-class stuff today, constantly asking questions of the batsman, and the wickets column prove just that.
This was how the wicket fell. That's the end of the 15th over. Hit straight to a fielder. Stopped in the covers. That's through, whole lip.
Really can't miss straight balls, not at this level. That is as comprehensive an end as you'll see.
Giles has taken 4 wickets now.
He's troubled everybody out there, mainly with the spin.
Clark is now on strike. Hit straight to a fielder. Giles is coming around the wicket. Out, caught.
Straight down the fielder's throat. That's incredible. Straight down his throat. He didn't have to move an inch. So much for the opening batsmen to do as they make their way to the middle. It's a formidable new ball attack against them. Up in the commentary box is Richie Van. This is Andrew Strauss.
Strauss waiting at the striker's end.
He had a big swing at that and it just missed everything.
Strauss waiting at the striker's end.
It's Marcus Trescothick on strike. Now, for all you youngsters out there, that is a perfect example of how to play the stroke.
Placed that superbly.
4 from the moment he hit it. There's a skill in that. Picking the gap is a skill.
I think he'll be okay. It'll sting a little though. Strauss facing. And the end of the over. Trescothick waiting at the striker's end.
Now the bowler's giving him a hard time out there. That will have hurt. He won't want to show that it's hurt, but you sense the momentum changing.
Crowd were brought to their feet by that shot.
He loves it there. That's a great stroke. 4 more.
Stopped in the covers. just one there. A hopeful shout, and the batsman was easily in. That was good positive running by the batsman.
That's good running, and it puts such pressure on the fielders.
Pushed through the covers. Stopped in the covers. There's just one there. Just pushed back past the bowler. Hit straight to a fielder.
Lovely shot, lovely shot. It raced to the fence for four.
He's got it into the gap. Excellent running from the two batsmen.
It's a bit of a cliche, but it does hold true. Good running between the wickets will help you win matches.
Racking stroke.
He is so strong through the covers, strong and so precise too.
That really is a suicidal run out.
Well, they got themselves in a right pickle out there, and look at the price they've paid. Well, it was a promising start, but you sort of felt the team needed more.
Strauss facing. In the air and gone.
Very safely done. He's got soft hands, his eyes were level, crucially held onto as well.
McGrath gets his first wicket. Bell is the new batsman. Steered expertly into the gap. The sweeper picks up. Fine running by those two batsmen.
Oh, they're quick. Consistent running of that quality puts such pressure on the fielders out there.
think he was easily back in the crease there.
Oh yeah, good running. You see, running like that leads to misfields because the fielders are under such pressure. Michael Vaughan's at the wicket.
Bracken at the start of his run-up. Well, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to carry on after that blow. Expertly held.
Loose, too loose a stroke for a good player. Oh, he'll kick himself.
Bracken gets his first wicket.
It'll seem like a mile back to that pavilion after getting out so cheaply.
We can have a look at that again.
Kevin Peterson takes guard.
Super shot. Peterson waiting at the striker's end. Fielder's appeal, but he was quite comfortably home. The batsmen were quick between the wickets.
It's a good plan, this, by the batsmen. You can sense that they want to run the fielders ragged. Such pressure and mistakes will come.
Bell waiting at the striker's end. That's through, ball in.
Excellent bowling. It's straight and it's full, and in the end, you missed, buddy, and I'll hit.
McGrath gets his first wicket.
Well, he wasn't there for long, and the score proves it.
Stopped in the covers. Foolish running. That's simply throwing wickets away.
There might be a few heated words said about that in the dressing room too.
Collingwood is out for a duck.
Out first ball. He can pick up on the phone call he just put down. Here's Freddie.
Out.
The fielder did very well there. He made it look easy, but actually it was a whole lot more difficult than it looked.
McGrath gets his second wicket. Flintoff goes for a duck. Jones is the next man in. Hold him.
That's a great sight for a bowler. Stumps flying all over the hockey.
That's the third wicket now for McGrath. He's gone for a duck. Giles comes in at number 8. Comfortably held by Martin.
That's not a great stroke. It's almost as if he lost concentration.
That's a hat-trick for McGrath. Giles is out first ball. Panesar is the next batsman in. It looked as if he was home to me. Edged and out. Great catch. He got his hands in the right place, and somehow it stuck.
Now that's an important catch. Oh boy, is that an important catch, and didn't he do well to cling on?
We can have a look at that again. The next man in is Harmison. Oh, comprehensively bowled.
There's barely a member of this huge crowd that's left his seat. Everybody staying absolutely still in anticipation of what is to come. It's been a terrific game so far. We expect more in this second innings. Here's Richie Bell. Opening the innings for Australia is Justin Langer. Here's Matthew Hayden.
Confident appeal.
Yes, he's been given.
Good decision. Very good decision.
Penasar gets his first wicket. That's a duck for Hayden.
It is a long old walk back when you've made a duck. Quite quiet.
Penasar is switching to round the wicket. That has to be close.
And out.
That was a difficult decision.
Penasar gets his second wicket.
This really has been a fine spell, as good as you'll see of its type, and well deserving that wicket.
He's gone for a duck.
Martin comes in at number 3. Penasar is switching to round the wicket.
Yeah, he'll be pleased with that. It came pretty much out of the middle of the bat, and all in all, he looks in good touch. And now the confidence is seeping through. He dispatched that with, well, with ease and grace.
That's been given as a wide. He's played all around it.
Didn't get near it. Totally beat him all end.
That was a no ball by Giles. There's the umpire signal. No ball. That was a no ball by Giles. There's the umpire signal. No ball. Out. Oh!
What a cracking delivery.
Giles gets his first wicket. He's gone for a duck. Let's take a look at that in slow motion.
Facing is Adam Gilchrist.
Out.
Excellent bowling. It's straight and it's full, and in the end, you miss, buddy, and I'll hit.
Giles gets his second wicket.
Shane Warne is facing.
That struck him in front. Loud appeal, and the umpire's given it.
Not out, but it is out.
The umpire only gets one look at it, so you can sort of get the feeling of how hard it is for him.
Giles gets his third wicket. He's gone for a duck.
No, he doesn't look happy with that.
Lee comes in at number 7. It's straight to a fielder. Struck in front. He's gone.
It's not a great decision, in truth.
Panasar gets his 4th wicket. Lee is out for duck.
Now we're down to 9-10, Jack.
Let's see the action replay of that. Bracken comes in at number 8. Oh, that's close. Panasar is coming around the wicket.
Well, he can't miss straight balls, not at this level. That is as comprehensive an end as you'll see. Monty Panasar has 5. That is a really good performance. He's ripped it sideways at times. It's lovely to see the old-fashioned art of left-arm spin from around the wicket. Panasar has a big future.
Clark waiting at the striker's end. Stopped in the covers. And the end of the over. Giles is going to try over the wicket. Oh, big shout for that one. Let's see the action replay of that. That must be close. Let's see the action replay of that. That's a big appeal. Panasar is coming around the wicket. Hold in.
I don't know whether he just lost the line of the ball or something, but I mean, it's gone through bat pad and done it easily.
Panasar has taken 6 wickets now.
What a spell of bowling this is proving to be.
That's a duck for Clark. This was how the wicket fell. McGrath is the next man in. It's straight to a fielder. It's straight to a fielder.
Yes, lovely stroke. What a beauty. And how would have he enjoyed that?
We can have a look at that again. Panasar is going to try over the wicket.
That is one of the better catches you are ever likely to see. Safely taken by Giles.
He got into a great position to take that catch. That's a good performance. They can reflect on that with some pride. It was by no means easy. They had to fight from first to last in the game, but fight they did. And this is a side that when their backs are to the wall, they seem to play their very best cricket.